We don't care.
Let me tell
Okay, well, The Old Guard 2. It sucks. This is a bad movie. It's not good. Honestly, I feel like there's a low bar for Netflix original releases, and this one doesn't even really pass that bar. The original Old Guard is a solid movie. It's formulaic, but it's exciting. Decent action. Everyone's turning in decent performances. No one's phoning it in. And the exact opposite happens in this film. Charlize Theron, which I like her. All you have to do is watch Fate of the Furious to see that just because a movie is goofy and silly, it doesn't mean that she's just gonna show up for the paycheck. Her entire ass was in that movie, all right? She went full ass. But with this one, I don't know whether it was just the script or just how the entire movie was coming together, but it felt like she was phoning it in. And the entire conceit of the film, I don't know what... They just skipped to another book with the same characters. This was supposed to be a continuation of the events of the first film. And it's like two different movies had a car crash and they couldn't differentiate between the parts, so they just combined them into one car. They were going for two different things. Maybe they had two different original conceits, and they just meshed everything together. Because there's a bunch of characters in this film I've never heard of.
Who the fuck is that guy?
There's an entire organization. And by the way, I'm not going to accurately remember any of the names of any of these people. The new character played by, I think his name is Henry Golding. I don't know who he is, but apparently he's been around for forever? He's another immortal that none of them knew about. And they've all been alive for 1,000 years. And of course, Booker's back. I never cared about Booker in the first place. But at least there was some, I don't know, it was a little ham-fisted, but at least there was a little bit of, there was a meaning. The characters are actually struggling with things in the original film. The struggle of literally just existing forever and how lonely that can be, even with other immortal people around you. In the second film, they kind of continue that theme of, the only reason that life is worth living is because, it ends. Because in the first film, Andromache becomes mortal. We don't know why in the first film. It's just kind of stated that eventually the immortal juice wears off and you kind of suddenly become mortal, and then you're on your last life. Well, in the second film, I'm sure I'll have a spoiler tag on this video anyway, but spoilers again. It turns out that Nile is the reason that Andromache is mortal. Booker finds that out because of Henry Golding's character having some ancient scrolls or whatever, which, by the way, don't know why, unless he's the historian of the group. I don't know why he's the one that knows all this stuff instead of Andromache, who's been around for I don't know, I'm not sure how old she's supposed to be, but I feel like it's she's supposed to be 10,000 years old. Okay, I don't know. He finds some ancient scroll basically saying that you can become mortal again and you can pass on your immortality before it basically fades away from you, but you have to do it willingly. It can't be extracted by force, right? And we see that happen, but also the teaser that we got at the end of the first film, where Andromache's partner in crime, don't remember her name because I'm doing this off the cuff, the lady that's been trapped in the Iron Maiden for 1,000 years, just drowning, resurrecting, and drowning again constantly for 1,000 years. She's out, and it doesn't matter. She's not important at all. She serves zero purpose in this film. Zero. She does nothing. There's no reason for her to be here at all. She's not a driving factor in anything. And she has one little meeting and confrontation with Andromache, and it's her first meeting after 1,000 years. And the only thing that happens is she's I'm sad you stopped looking for me. And Andromache's I'm sad I stopped looking for you. And then they have a fight, they disappear, and then the climax of the film is the only other time they're together. And then they also make up in 2 seconds. she sees that she's also become mortal again, and they go back to like a lair together, and then they're like quipping after like a couple of days. Clearly, waterboarding doesn't work as well as we all thought, because that PTSD was dealt with very quickly. I mean, imagine getting waterboarded, but like to death for 1,000 years. Literally drowning repeatedly for hundreds upon hundreds of years. Waking up, drowning, waking up, drowning. That's all she did for like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of years. And she's just fine. Uma Thurman is here. Do not care. Don't know what her character is. Can't even remember the organization that she works for. Don't care. Lame and stupid. She's apparently the oldest immortal, and then she's connected to Nile, the youngest immortal, and the last one, I think, through some special immortality link or whatever. I don't care. The real reason, on top of this, that the movie sucks is because this is just filler. There's a third movie. The story's not over. They padded the elements of the film. They padded the runtime. There has to be some massive, overarching, global plot that's going on. I don't know. I think they want to like destroy humanity. I don't care. This is lame. The only way this movie could have been good is if they focused on the character dynamic between Andromache and the now mortal Asian lady. That would have been the only interesting route. But now they had to add in this extra on over the top like bullshit special I'm the oldest immortal shit. And I don't care. I don't care about any of these characters. This movie was ass. I'm not gonna watch the third one. If they wanted to do this correctly, they should have done it like freaking Rebel Moon. Release 2 ass movies like a month apart if you're gonna do that. If you're gonna make an ass movie, release the second ass film like a month after that. Or you're just like yanking my dick or something. I don't know. I'm mad I watched the entire film, but I was like, there's no way they're doing this. The entire time, I was like, there's no way they're gonna stretch this out into a third film. And then they did. And, fuck them.
ハズバンド You are not Ryan Gosling You are not literally him Please stop